that you suppose.
He's right, but what this is supposed to be a criticism of, I have no idea.
I find it very interesting that you supposedly don't understand what synthetic dissident is actually getting at here.
So here Sandre is about to get it wrong on what synthetic dissident.
Actually, no, but let's watch.
Chem7. And I know he's wrong because I tweeted to Chem7 and I asked to him what he meant.
This is how dishonest he is. Just watch.
If you want to prove that his discourse was confusing, he get it wrong.
I'm not wrong. Find it very
I'm sorry, I just got back. What was the point? SNPs don't need to be expressed in all cells. Or...
Yeah, no. Kraut, go back half a minute.
Okay.
Let Oregon watch. Who's read any basic level of biochemistry or genetics, but let me spell it out for you.
That's pretty smug for a guy who's completely wrong about it.
Hypothesis. Synthetic dissident was simply pointing out that a SNP may have no effect depending on what cell type you're looking at.
That is not what he's been pointing out. I've asked
him stop.
On Twitter and he's answered.
Now go back a little further and show the tweet.
In fact, most SNPs do not have any result.
Yeah. Here's the point, okay? So play.
We do. Are you referring to cancerous and deleterious mutations, or are you simply mistaking SNPs for protein expression assays, or is there something I missed? So I essentially suggested the two explanations. Either my interpretation of what you were trying to say is true, and you were talking about mutations in DNA, or alternative hypothesis attempt at understanding what you meant is true, and then you were talking about gene expression. And Chem7 has replied, I'm referring to single-point mutations that arise from cell repair mistakes. Very interesting. So my hypothesis about what he was saying was
all right, stop.
Correct. Now,
would anyone be willing to explain exactly how I'm wrong here?
What he's talking about is mutations in the germ cell line and mutation in the somatic cell line, like mutations.
Somatic is in a body, so to say, and in a Keimbahn. What was germline? Yeah, germline is in sperms and oocytes, so in sperms and eggs, if you want to say it like that. And if you have a SNP in your germline, it will be in all of the cells of the child that comes from it. And if you have a SNP in somatic level, you can get cancer from that, for example, or nothing happens.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. When I say that depending on the cell type, the SNPs depends on the cell type you're looking at, that's not actually wrong now, is it?
It depends if you're talking about somatic mutation or germline mutation.
Yeah, see, this is the thing, though. This is the thing. Since synthetic dissident Jejone doesn't actually define in the clip what he's really talking about, I think that's where the problem is. Because I'm not actually factually wrong now, am I? And yet JF here, he's using this tweet to make it seem like I'm factually wrong when I'm not.
So what you are saying is that a SNP does not have to be expressed in all cells, even if it's germline? Or do you say a SNP does not have to be in the cell, even if it's germline? Because expressed is something else. It doesn't have to be expressed, although it's on the gene.
Well, I mean, look. Remember what Jejone is saying here in the clip, okay? He's saying, okay, if you take a SNP from my liver, if you take a SNP from my muscles, blah, 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 you will find, okay, some are more common in Asians, some are more common in whatever, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't really mean anything, okay? That's what I'm referring to. Depending on the cell type you're looking at, you're going to get a different result.
Wait, what?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I think it's wrong what Jejone is saying. If it's germline and you can take any cell in your body,
yeah, but this is the problem, though. This is the problem, though. It's never defined in the clip, though.
Oh, okay. Then we should state this next time.
Let me just check something quickly here, though. There we go. Because I wrote about this actually. Because what he was pointing out here in the clip, I believe Jojone said this. It's just not in the clip. He was pointing out that a SNP may have no effect depending on what cell type you're looking at.
Yes.
And that is what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, that's what I mean. So I'm not actually factually wrong here.
Yeah, that's the difference of having the SNP on your genes and having your SNP expressed. It doesn't have to be expressed in all cell types, although in all cell types you have the SNP on the gene.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really where that's what JF is using here. That is what he's using. He's using the uncertainty of it.
Yeah.
To make it seem like I'm factually wrong when I'm not.
Okay.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. So yeah, that's the issue here. I'm not actually factually incorrect at all. I'm just
Let's for the sake of
I'm going